people were very isolated when it all first started. It is now getting better, but what we did in the early days is the first thing we did was delegated the power of the council to the town clerk so we could make really quick, fast decisions. The second thing we did was we wrote to all the people that were on the shielded list, which we got the data from the county council, and we also wrote to all the elderly people that we got the details from the district council of the jury service list. So we wrote to them, offered any help. 3 or 4 councillors set up kind of like a little hotline for Wisbech, and people called us if they had any problems. We went out and went and did their grocery shopping for them. We went and got prescriptions. Sometimes we just had a chat with them if they were feeling a bit down. Sometimes we went to pick up a newspaper, just things to make them feel like they had someone on their side, really. Hi, can I have some of these grapefruits, please? Yeah, it was a massive effort. There was lots of local companies, for example, a company called Fen Spirits, which makes alcohol. They started off making hand sanitizer, which obviously was hard to come by, and we helped by giving them a grant of £1,000 to help them in keeping up their supply. Clarion Futures, who wanted to do some boxes for children, so they were called rainbow boxes, and they had arts and craft materials. We also had an Acts of Kindness scheme, and that was where we asked people in the community to nominate people that they thought would help during the COVID effort. We bought some musical instruments for young people that are not in social care but are sort of on the border of becoming perhaps into social care. We could then loan out to them to use to have these musical instrument lessons, which are going really well.
Wisbech Castle we took over about 2 years ago. It was an idea from Councillor Hoy. It belonged to Cambridgeshire County Council and had been in neglect for quite a while.
It's such a wonderful place. I came here all through lockdown, and I couldn't bear the prospect of being at home on my own all through lockdown, and Dave messaged me and said there was only him and Trevor here, so I came here and created a new bed along here. I'm just disappointed that we haven't been able to share it with anybody this year, but hopefully next year it will be bigger and it will be better.
We've done lots of interior work. There's been lots of fabric of the building work to do. There was leaks, there was damp. Some of those we're still actually trying to iron out. When we first took the place over, as I said before, it was in a bit of a state, and we found these all in lining drawers of the furniture that was still here. So here you've got a 1958 Isle Reilly and Wisbech Advertiser and a Wisbech Standard. So this is the Fendick room. This is the room that's just been completed. There's still a few little bits and pieces still to do to it, but this has literally just been finished.
Oh, you can smell the honey. We've got bees here, so we need to provide them with food all year round. The building, the house, is going to be used for weddings and other functions. So it's creating a garden that fits in with the beautiful building, that gives us flower and colour all year round. That's what I was asked for when I first started, something that's in flower nearly all the time. So hopefully we've done that.
What we want to do is open it up to the whole community, which is why the castle was originally left to the town. We want to make it more children friendly, so free of charge people can come into the grounds and have a look around. They can picnic with their children or visit our cafe.
And this bit's being developed more, so a lot of volunteers that like the gardening.
This proposal for a community farm to develop what people and animals were doing, the Town Council felt it very important. It's known for a long time the valuable work that people and animals has done in the community in supporting people through animal related therapy and other issues.
So we only opened it July 2019, and obviously then in March 2020 a pandemic hit, but actually the COVID pandemic has given us confidence actually that this place is meant to be here. There we go. So we've got a group of teenagers that won't get off their phones. You know, a first thing may be get our excitable dog to come out and roll a tennis ball on their lap over their mobile phones. Therefore they get off their mobile phones. Then we might bring a sheep in, and the sheep is pretty much the same as the dog, won't leave them alone until she does some sheep agility over the jumps over there that you can see.
The service such as this is probably needed even more at a time when people might be feeling more isolated and cut off, and even have concerns about their daily lives and their future going forward.
We've worked with over 1,000 people during the pandemic. We've had a young person actually feeling more confident to join college in September than she has ever been, because she's had that headspace during lockdown to sort of find her feet and come here where there's not group working, it's more one-to-one individual working at the moment, and actually now she's in that place to say, yeah, I can do an animal care course, why not? And that was the dream that I was spouting off to Terry all those years ago about, this is what might happen, this is what can happen, I know it will happen, I've seen it happen, I know we can do this here. And because we had the community believing in us, very much led by Wisbech Town Council in those early days, we've got to this stage and we're able to do it.
I mean, the Town Council can play a part in the overall regeneration of the High Street from the elements that it has direct control over, and one of those is Wisbech Market, which we operate on a 7-day-a-week basis, but level of trading varies day to day. And the idea, which councils have been talking about for 2 to 3 years, is to revamp the whole space, change all the paving, new benches, new seating, planters, with the idea that we're going to take out the car parking, which is currently on the marketplace, on a permanent basis, and we're going to restrict vehicular movements through most of the time, most of the days, to make it a more pleasant place for people to spend time and also on that basis spend money.
I think it's going to be a different landscape. We're seeing a lot of people now wanting to sort of trade more on a more small basis because obviously it's lower cost. We're actually seeing quite a few new businesses open. A cafe expanded recently, and there's people are talking about opening a new sweet shop in the town. So I think there is going to be lots of new things, but it's just going to be, I think, very different, and it'll be interesting to see how we can support that.